cocaine dilemma? Any more barber conversations before I move on? Any last?
I think we covered it.
It's good.
What happened?
Some light just fell down. Okay.
This light was there before.
Where?
Was there lights there before? This is new.
Anyway, the title of the dilemma is gave up a life of crime to be very poor instead. Gave up a life of crime to be very poor instead.
Okay.
Cool. So 27 female. Not sure how much I should or can say. I'm not proud of this. It's just been on my mind lately. I've had to lie so much. I almost forgot that this is the truth. From the time I was a teenager, mid-20s, I was doing illegal things for money. Not hurting anyone, but illegal nonetheless. 2 years ago, I was offered to take over the company, in quotes. Would have been all expenses paid, moved to a nearby city, beautiful house, barely any work, and 1 million plus yearly income. Anyway, I decided it was too much. Couldn't bear the thought of being caught and leaving my son while I was in jail for 15 years. Also, I know how to... Yeah, this person's English.
Careful, make sure you read properly because they'll come for you like that.
Also, I know how it feels to be scared every time there's a knock on the door. To always think you're being followed and to wake up each day wondering if it's your last day of being free. So even before I read the next paragraph, what do you think this person is doing?
No clue, bro. Drugs?
27 female as well. So I quit completely. It's been bad. I'm not adjusted to normal life and I have nothing to put on the resume. Even though I have a lot of experience that could be relevant to other jobs. My resume is empty. My fault, I know. Kicking myself for setting my life up like this. All I do now is deliver food. I make barely enough to get by. It's always stress and fear about bills. However, I never regret my decision. At least life is predictable and I know I won't hurt my son by being in jail.
So she could have taken over the family business, she said?
She said family business, but it's I feel like it's like a family crime. She's born into a family of crime, basically. So she's mid-20s. She was doing illegal stuff for money, but she got convicted. She's like, you know what? I can't take this anymore. It's too much. It's too risky. I'm going to leave it, but she's not employable.
So what's her dilemma? Whether to go back?
So what should she do, basically? She regrets her decision.
Get some experience.
No,
how would you advise a person that's like, okay, cool. So our boys, boys. Use the term allegedly, but people who we know, who we've grown up with, allegedly, who dabble in the other that do criminal stuff, cool. If they come to you one day, they're like, listen, I want to change my life around, I want to go in the straight and narrow, cool. What? 1 month, 2 months,
no money's coming
in, and they're coming to you like, what are you going to advise them to do?
I think that's an inevitable step in the process. So like, really change your life. That comes with that season of it's going to be very tough. And I think once you can overcome that, that's when you get the breakthrough. But if you're now leaving a certain type of lifestyle and you think you're just going to switch to a legit lifestyle and overnight you make similar money, bruv, you're lost. Yeah. And that's why a lot of people end up going back because they think I can just make the same level of money quick. Like, there is an element of working hard and a season of where things may not look as great, but through your determination and working hard, you eventually get to a certain position. It's the same way with those that indulge in selling drugs or F or whatever. You weren't automatically the best at it when you first started. You built your way up and eventually became good and started making money. Same with us that chose the different path. We weren't in the high-paying job straight away. We took the junior jobs, we worked our way up. So you can't just leave one lifestyle where you were doing well and expect to be at the height of the other type of lifestyle automatically. Yeah, so I was just told, my man, bro, be patient. The same way you have to build your line or build whatever in that kind of hustle, you got to build yourself up with this. But it's going to be tougher. But the thing is that you have with this pathway, you can sleep at night. There's no one chasing you. There's no one could potentially take from you what you've built. It is your money. And you can legitimately do things with that money. But can you buy a house with your illegal money? No. Can you do actual tangible things other than popping bottles and spraying on girls or whatever? You can't.
Yeah,
That's what I would say.
I agree. I think for me, the real question is like, if they regret it or whatever, the question is more so like, how much did you really want that sort of peaceful life? How much did you really want, or how convicted were you to the decision that you were making at that time? Do you want to be the sort of man that sort of is flippant, or not even just man, person, sorry, that is like flippant on the decisions that you make, or sort of the commitments that you make to yourself or whatever? I think, yeah, it's just assessing how convicted you are to that commitment that you've made. Because now, if you're coming back now and saying, "Oh, it's difficult," like Bissy said, what did you expect? You know what I
Literally.
mean? Like anything that's worth having, like even if it is like a better way of life in comparison to like making money illegally, it comes with its hard times. It comes with it's never really is, you know, like roses all the time. You have to the peace comes with boring times, because obviously now you've got the peace, but you're not able to sort of spend the same way that you were able to spend. Your vices have to be very different. You can't just go to the nicest restaurant. You can't just, you have to learn how to sort of build that delayed gratification sort of muscle. You know what I mean? Because that's a very important part of the real world and real life.
But even the delayed gratification that you're talking about, I can imagine I can imagine how people get addicted to crime.
Oh no,
100%.
100.
I can imagine
Yeah,
'cause let me paint you a picture.
100%.
Let me paint you a picture.
Most
Let's
definitely.
say you bang F, yeah, like fraud, yeah, and like you could do one job and just land just 5K within an hour. Oh, that's a hit.
Yeah.
That's like a drug.
And that's
Yeah.
addictive. If you keep
That's
banging,
a hit.
that's
Imagine that.
addictive.
Just raw, just 5K just like that. Yep.
Well, I consider F every day.
No, bro, I hear it, man.
What is you choose?
It's a hit.
A
And then
certain
for
life.
someone that does that,
Yeah.
please not tell him like, my guy, like, you're gonna have to,
Bro, I hear it, man.
I
you're
hear
gonna have
it.
to be on the grind and
But you
bit
gotta
before
choose
you.
your hard, bro. Both
Right.
choices are difficult.
Yeah, man.
What comes with that type of choice, long term, to me, it's not attractive. There's no one in that type of lifestyle that is sustainable, unless you go hard with it and you want to be a big boy, where you start going into
Hush
the
puppy.
cleaning money aspect. When you start finding ways to invest that money and do it through a business, you're a director, you pay yourself back, fill registers and pay yourself back that way. If you want to start going that way and actually start getting a radar of, I could go to jail for big time, that's the only way you can potentially try and make something out of it. But I'd rather a pathway, whether it may not seem glamorous at the start, it's my money.
And it doesn't take
Do you
away,
know
that's what
what
I'm saying,
that
the peace
piece
of
is?
mind.
This
Yeah,
is
peace of
actually
peace of
my.
mind is
I could go to
different.
a bank and say I want to buy this, I want to buy that. They ask for proof. It's from my account.
Yeah, man.
There's nothing greater than that. And then this person in that scenario had a kid.
Yeah, man.
That's another thing. Like, bruv,
It makes it
what
more
kind
than
of
just
life is
yourself.
that? And I've got
Yeah,
you.
it's tough, man.
Yeah, it's bigger than you.
It's actually tough.
Have you man ever considered doing that?
I was just about to ask that.
Uh,
What's the closest you've ever been to saying
now,
F it,
Right
I'm doing
now.
road?
Therefore,
Or
school.
I'm
in school.
School
In
times.
school?
Yeah, school times for sure.
100%.
But
There was a period of like between year 9 and year 11 where it was just like
doing
was
road is
attractive,
crazy.
though.
Tell me,
them times where it's just like
Oh, I've
people
got-
started popping up with Gucci belts,
Yeah,
LV
bro,
belts,
yeah,
Yeah.
Lila
Ralph
Scott hat,
Lauren. I'm thinking,
Yo.
no face,
I'm
Yo.
thinking, bro, man's on like 10 to 12 pound a week,
bro.
like,
Man, them.
trying to make
That
it
extra
straight.
£2 was not sure.
Bro,
It wasn't
bro,
sure on a
bro,
weekly.
It wasn't sure, bro.
Hey, listen.
Remember when we used to? What did we used to do in common room to win money?
Oh, the
Penny up?
Nah, we didn't play penny up like that.
Not
Blackjack.
Yeah.
Oh,
We played
yeah,
blackjack, and there was
yeah,
something else that we played. Oh, I
Blackjack
can't
is-
remember.
bullshit.
Was it
Oh,
bullshit?
bullshit was a
Yeah.
sick
I think
game.
it might have been that. But yeah, we play card games, bro. Your day could go really
Yeah, bro,
high
I hear that.
or really low.
It's a
Yo,
There
but-
was different ways to make money. It's either
Yeah.
them kind of ways like scramble, them
Yeah, or
kind of
like
games,
scramble, yeah,
or
yeah.
like selling sweets.
Oh yeah.
No,
or
Yeah,
selling
yeah,
sweets.
yeah.
but-
ways.
but
Either way, that's the way you have to top up
Bro.
and just
Nah,
grind, bro.
man, them.
It's
Listen,
mad,
look,
fam.
in school, yeah. So, what sort of stopped me from ever even looking in that direction? So imagine we're in secondary school, right? Secondary school, probably like year 9. What? How old are you in year 9? Like what?
13.
30, bro. Look,
Like, you
look,
should
look how
act
young you are. Look how
You're
young you are.
niece
Yeah?
or nephew.
Yeah.
Look how young you are. So the olders in the area have somehow sort of, got to the youngers. Everyone's looking for squares, and by squares, we mean cards or whatever,
bank
right?
cards,
or whatever,
yeah.
bank cards. So there's one you, in my year, And obviously, like, he's like, yeah, like, you know, I'm doing this thing. Obviously, keeping it to ourselves or whatever. Long story short, he goes and does it now.
Break fast.
He goes and does it now. Comes back and he's like, in minus £200. Bearing in mind, we're third in that year 9, year 10. Minus £200.
That's a mortgage, them times.
Yeah,
Bro,
Minus,
at
bro,
13,
that's
£200
mad
a
bread.
I
lot.
saw that and I said, yeah,
I'm done.
never in my life. I said,
But
yeah,
you know
I'm
what's
good.
funny? Now,
I'm good.
Now I'm older.
Then man
yeah,
shagged him.
I find it hilarious. What were people thinking?
Bro, some
What-
people, it
what
back
in
for some
your
people,
right
though.
mind do you think someone can drop 5 bags in your account in year 9,
Bro,
10,
5 bags and you
and
keep
a bank
one.
is not gonna question you going in and say,
Bro.
I want to withdraw all of it.
Bro,
Give me all of
bro.
it.
You know, say they'll blag you. Just go tell them, yeah. You're trying to go, trying to make for your auntie. Right,
Yeah, that's what it
yeah,
is.
like, just tell me
It's
you're
for
taking it for your auntie.
Bro.
Yeah, it was a gift.
Can I take 5,000, please?
Nah.
And then looking at your past statement,
doesn't even-
and then
it
see
doesn't even fit.
you've been haggling that same £2 for
what-
2
what-
months.
what
yeah.
is this
You get
5,000?
5K
Nah,
randomly.
No,
The
bro.
audacity, you know.
Every
Bro.
June around your birthday, it goes up like £300 worth of birthday money.
And then you're
That's
scrapping
only
back
like
for
that
the
by
year.
August. And it stays there for the whole year to the next June.
And you want to now come
Sorry,
with your,
And all of a
5K,
sudden, a
fam.
random 5K comes
5K
in.
in your account,
with your
fam.
JD bag.
It's
You're
for my-
going to
it's for my
Barclays
auntie.
with your stupid
My
JD
auntie
bag.
gave it to
I
me.
say, excuse me,
Bro.
sir. Can I withdraw
Blood.
£5,000?
Oh,
Bro,
can't
I
lie.
seen that and I said, you know what? Yeah,
My
me,
one-
I'm
my one
never
was even
trying
mad.
it,
Better
fam.
people got black.
Never
One of my
trying.
cousins, yeah,
Mhm.
he was running it them times.
Mm.
This was even mad. I got a random
Of course,
call
your
one
cousin
day.
was running it, man.
I'm gonna. What is that supposed to mean?
You know exactly what
What
I
is that
mean.
supposed to mean, young man?
Our Raz boys.
You think I come from a family of fraudulent people? Nah, but he was right, bro. He called me randomly. I was on the bus on the way from school. He's like, yo, what you saying, bro? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, man. Da, da, da. He's like, wasn't kind to that. I said, bro, what's? He's like, oh, do you know how I could get some squares? Say, you what, mate? Yeah, like obviously, like any of your boys on that. I was like, firstly, I am not the guy in my group to bring this to my boys. Impossible. They'll laugh. I don't hold.
I'm not the right
I don't
vessel.
hold that
I don't
cachet.
hold the right
Yeah, I'm not the right
vessel.
vessel. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you know who your cousin is.
Yes, yes.
It's not like
The
you know
message
some.
should not
You
come
know some
from
man
me.
in the group. Yeah, like they'll come to you and they'll sell it, and
Yeah.
because of who they are, you're like,
Sounds
maybe.
sounds right.
I have no sales skills.
Yeah, nah.
When it comes to crime, I'd do really bad at crime. This wouldn't have been a dilemma for me. I would have been doing an apprenticeship
in the kitchen,
I'd have been doing an apprenticeship. Crime is not my way. I was like, I'm not even the guy in my
I'm
group
not built for
that
this.
could bring this to my man.
I don't
So
have the facilities. Sorry,
then he was like, oh yeah, what about like your square? I said, my square?
You asked for your square.
He asked for my
Your
square.
cousin.
Yes.
What?
Nah, them people were
Bro,
heartless back
you
then,
know
I
that's
swear.
wicked.
He was like,
They
nah.
were
He's like,
heartless,
bro,
bro.
trust me. Like, I got it patterned.
It's
Like,
certain.
the guy's my guy. We do it
Yeah.
together. Like, basically, what's gonna happen? He's gonna drop like 3 bags in your account, and then you get to keep like 5 bills.
Never.
And in my head, I was like,
Minus 200, bro.
Imagine.
I could do it for
Crazy.
5 bills, you know.
the
Like,
holder never gets money.
but
Never gets
I
money.
just know. I saw this tweet. I just know that if I dabble, God will use me as an example of why you shouldn't do it. You see that your friend that
Yeah,
went minus
bro.
200.
Yeah.
That would just be me.
Minus
So is that what
200,
stopped you
bro.
from?
Yeah, I just know it's not my calling, man.
What about you?
It's not my
Hayes?
It's not my ministry
What
at
stopped-
all.
What stopped you from getting involved?
Bro, I've never really thought about it, I don't know. I think just during them times, I just didn't choose it, bro. Like, like you said before, you just weigh it up. You weigh up like that lifestyle versus the legit lifestyle. And for me, I just thought that just didn't make sense. It's the same thing with like selling drugs, all that kind of stuff. Like those things were there. It was just like, nah.
There's no need.
Not interested in that.
Yeah.
Like it's being funny, bro.
Just being
I just like enjoying my life.
Just
Bro,
nah,
legit
legit,
got time
bro.
for no fraud.
seemed like hassle as well. Bro.
Yeah,
Bro.
man, it did.
Just seemed like
It
hassle.
did,
In
man.
and out of classrooms, bro.
Bro, these man, yeah, man.
Bro,
Hold on. And there was always one uncle that they said, my uncle this, my uncle
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
bro.
it was uncle.
My uncle.
It was
Yeah.
never attractive to me, man, honestly.
No.
And I knew, I think what stopped me the most is I've always liked money in it.
Mm.
And like, whether it's
Oh,
selling
you are
drinks
prime.
or even,
You're
bruv,
prime.
I knew if I was to get involved in F, I'm going to say,
Yeah,
how can I
bro.
be the best in this F thing? So it's almost like that's what stopped me because I knew
You
I'd be
were ripe
addicted.
for grooming.
I'll be so.
You were perfect for
me,
grooming.
I said,
You'd have been a
let
wonderful disciple.
Fam, I said, let me.
Uncle Lando would have loved
not
you.
get involved. Because if I touch this tick and I see this 5K actually bang, what?
How can we make this process better, though?
What, bro?
Yeah.
What can we
Let's
do?
streamline
Let's streamline, yeah.
efficiency.
Let's cut out the middleman.
You
Because
know?
even now, yeah, and I'm not involved, I look at some people that do it, I'm like, I know how you can make this more efficient. Like,
bro.
I actually can tell you ways to, like,
Yeah,
make
bro.
this money legal so you can touch your raw account. But I'm like, why am I thinking like this? So imagine I was in it. Nah.
Do you know why you're thinking like that? Because you know the real people that make money, they go to guys that will tell them how to do
It's
it. Bro.
true, though. It's true.
Literally,
It's
that's
true.
why.
Don't come to me, yo.
Can't lie. But how many people do you think are like turning to crime now, though?
I think more,
With
especially
this
right now.
cost of living.
Yeah, I think more.
You
Like,
think?
it's, even like we got a message in our office this week, and they were like, we need to be more careful when we're around the area that there's a rise in people stealing phones, like people on bikes. Even one of the partners.
Wait, who was in the 2 and the CC for that? Email?
Everyone,
the whole
Oh,
company.
you think it's here.
Just wanted to make sure.
Really, we're
I just wanted to
talking to Moses.
We're talking to the blacks.
We're talking to him.
No,
but it was funny. Yeah. He came back
That is
in. This guy was so calm. He was like,
they send it to the ACS group chat and you're
send it to the black one.
Did you get this email as well?
They send it
Did
to
you get this? Did you get this
black
email?
community.
Just in case. Like, do you know them? You know, are they your people? You know, do they know you work there?
Tell your cousins.
Tell them. Tell
not the
them
time and place.
It's not the place, yeah. But this guy got sucked, like, and it's always fun. No, it's not funny, but it's sad when you see like people of a certain kind of.
Because they're
background.
clueless.
It's so. I feel so bad for him.
So
Like, they didn't know what to
vulnerable.
do.
So
He was
vulnerable.
like, I was just on the phone. I put it down just to look at the message, and it was gone. He said, you just took my phone.
No awareness, nothing.
So even that, yeah, I'm like, I feel like with the state of this like economy and how things are going in the UK, like things are just gonna get worse, bro. Like, because imagine like we're privileged in the sense, looking at even that dilemma in the sense that we actually have options. You have a CV, you have credible skills that you've developed, which you can leverage to get opportunities and stuff. Like, imagine your life is devoid of all of that. Like, what do you actually turn to? Like, what options do you have? And I think sometimes I always like feel sorry for, and I think people shouldn't judge anyone that's in a criminal life so quickly. Yeah. Because it always stems from something. Like, even Donnies that start selling drugs or whatever, if you look at their actual life and their upbringing, it will probably become quickly apparent why they do that. Yeah. Like, I don't know, being in a family where dad's not around, wants to support the mum, trying to find a way to support the mum, facing rejections when trying to do things the right way. So they end up doing it illegitimate way. Not to give them an excuse, but like for a lot of people, it's their surroundings has led them to a certain lifestyle. And I think now, with the way things are going in this economy, the rise in redundancies, and there's not a lot of jobs around as well. I think a lot of people, if your options are dim, you know, you're gonna,
because at the end of the day, people like you can see people's true intentions when their back is against the wall.
Yeah.
Like because we're even speaking from a position of even being like, don't have like families, we don't have kids and stuff like that. We're already saying like, raw, like, look at how hard we're even having to jug. Imagine someone who's got a baby to feed. Bro, they'll do what they need to do, bro.
It's true.
They'll do what they need to do. Like, what, is the kid gonna go up? Bro,
do you think you could ever be in that position where your back's up against the wall? It's like, you know, I gotta do it.
No, you wouldn't really know until you're kind of like, you'd like to think that you wouldn't, right? Until the situation puts you in that situation.
Yeah. That's true. I'd like to think I wouldn't.
Because that's why, like you said, what you said is important in terms of like making judgments and stuff like that. Obviously, like you said, we're not trying to make excuses for crime or anything like that, because at the end of the day, there's always somebody that's lived the worst life and chosen another path in it. However, like you said, when you actually live when you actually go into some of these people's lives and see what options they had, like there's little disadvantages and there's little things that sort of then keep piling up. It's like a cumulative thing. It doesn't just happen like boom at once, like whatever. It's like cumulatively things happen, different pressures, different whatever. And you know, however, we or like some other people have had the benefit of having certain people around us to sort of show us another way, or not even necessarily show us, just advise us in a certain way. Do you know what I
feel we
mean?
have.
No. I mean, of course we have. I mean,
I
even
think
if
there's
it's
many factors that led us
Yeah.
to be
of
this,
course,
you know?
of
Yeah.
course, of course.
Like,
I mean, the household you come from is the
Yeah,
first.
oh, yeah,
is
true,
the,
true,
is
true,
the
true,
first.
true,
Is the
true.
first
Yeah,
point because,
yeah.
bro, some people's parents are crackheads, bro.
that's actually crazy.
Or even, yeah.
But you know what's so
Like-
funny? We never even, it's funny you should say that. We never noticed it, but bruv, there was therefore one or two kids in your class
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
that their
definitely-
parents
yeah.
were just on a joke thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. And the thing is, sometimes you wouldn't even know.
yeah.
Sometimes as well,
The
like
kids who came
some
to
kids,
school
like, know
on
how
Monday
to-
with dirty colours,
Mm.
bruv.
Yeah.
No, it was actually, now I look back, nice. Why are you laughing, bro? Why is he laughing?
Was I not meant to say that?
Hey! Why is
I'm sorry.
This
I'm
guy
sorry.
just
No,
laughed.
to
but-
school on Monday with
dirty
dirty
colours.
colours. But
Bro.
didn't you ever like notice
No,
them?
but I
Yeah.
can't lie. You notice some kids that there was a problem. Like there was some guy here who used to chill with. Like there was never a rush to go home. Like
Bro.
he always wanted to stay out late.
That was scary, yeah.
Like with all of us, there'll come a time where we start seeing the calls coming.
Mm.
Some parents are more stricter than others.
Yeah.
One we call earlier.
I gotta
This
go home.
kid
My mum's
never
calling me,
had a call.
Yeah.
He was always willing to be out. Like chicken and chips. Or let me get some. Let me get some. And I'm just like. Then when I got older, I was like, that
Yeah,
wasn't
normal.
like
That wasn't
him
normal.
choosing to do that.
Yeah.
There's no one checking for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
guy could be
literally.
out till like I even remember prom. We were out late, violated to the point like my parents were like, what the hell do you call this? Blah blah blah. Like right till like 11. Back then, that's like wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I'm sleeping over someone's house. Yeah. This guy, there was not one call.
Mm.
Oh,
The whole
I'm
time.
thinking,
The whole
But
night.
this is what I was saying.
Thinking- does he have parents kind of
Yeah,
thing?
wow.
You get it?
And this one, and not to justify like,
But there's
bad
probably a lot
decisions
of
or-
people
or
that
whatever,
had that background.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like we sort of sometimes forget that we've interacted with a lot of sane people in our time, and like sort of had a lot of conversations with a lot of sane people. Some people generally they're a lot in life. It just doesn't give them the opportunity to butt that many sane people for where they can make those sort of right decisions or whatever. Again, no excuse again because there's always somebody that's probably lived the worst life
Yeah.
and made better decisions. However, like I said, we speak from a privileged position, innit?
Yeah.
Bro, the household we come from
Already helped
I,
us.
can't
I
lie,
can't lie.
I was scared of my parents, though.
you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I think every
At what
African was
age
scared.
did you stop being scared of your parents?
Ooh,
don't
I
know,
wouldn't
you
say I don't know. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say the word was scared though. I don't know.
Nah.
Like in
Was
terms
it
of just
scared?
scared
Yeah,
of
or was it
no.
Nah,
I'm trying to get what you. I get what you mean. Is it that
Yeah, you always have
when that's
as in like
You stop fearing the beatings.
yeah, not even just for the beatings, but like you know, like he said, like you go out and be like, what? I should have been home at 4. It's like 4:15. Let me. At what point were you like, I go when I go, man?
I'll say
They'll be alright.
They're tough, right?
They're tough. They'll be alright.
I'll say around like sixth form time for me, cause fam, it was a crazy period before that.
I'm trying to think, you know.
It was there or thereabouts, like
Yeah, sixth
years.
form time.
10 to first year, sixth form.
I think
That
mine was
period.
early, you
It
know.
was more. It was like gradual. But I'd say therefore by
Mm.
first year, sixth form.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine was early. I'm trying to think.
I remember, yeah, I was I was so this story is so funny, bro. I don't think anyone ever knew. Remember
This guy will laugh bad before he even.
I really don't know this. There was this girl called Abby Plaster. Remember her party?
Yeah, man just said that.
Governor.
Ah, sorry.
Man said that.
Governor.
Sorry, can we just bleep that out here?
Oh,
Man said the whole name.
Abby P.
Big boy.
Abby P.
He already said it.
Bro,
AP.
that was the only way he would know who the
AP.
person is.
AP.
But yeah, remember her party?
Mm.
You remember it?
A party
Maybe she did a party
in school.
in
Yeah,
BA.
Yeah.
It was gonna be at BA, but it was gonna be, I think it was on the weekend. It was on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But she was gonna. I think this was when we were still in lower school,
Mm.
and she was gonna use lower school. And I remember, yeah, on the invite it was from like, I don't know. It said from like 5 or something,
Mm.
like 6. I think it said like 6. And yeah, it said from like 6 to like 11 or something like that.
Crazy.
But then I've asked
What
my
year were you, man, in?
Yeah. 8.
Yeah,
probably
8.
like year 8, yeah,
What you doing to 11? Anyway.
or something like that.
That's
But I
cool.
remember my mum was like, "You have to be back in this house by 8."
That's how things just started.
Yeah,
Mm,
bro.
mm,
So these
That's at
times,
8.
I'm thinking, because on the invite it said it starts at 5. So I'm like,
You think I could catch a bite in 2 hours? You know? I could
Get
I could catch a
vibe.
vibe.
Vibe,
mate.
Blood.
And
I remember, yeah.
head back by 7:30.
And
Get
I
home
think
8.
that party as well was with like fancy dress.
Okay.
You remember that, innit? It was like fancy dress or like dressed like a celebrity or something like that. Cool. Blood. I'm like, I got to lower school like 5:15. Blood, the gate was locked.
Oh.
The gate was locked. So I've got there, I've got off the bus, I've walked to school, and I'm like, bro, it's not really looking partying. But then I'm like, all right, cool, let me wait a bit. I wait till like 6. Still no one's here.
Wait, hold on.
And I'm like, raw, like, these times I wasn't partying like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's going on? Like, did I not get a memo? Was it cancelled?
What's
Was it the
going
right
on?
day? Yeah, it's the right day. But I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah.
And this guy's in his fancy dress.
Bro.
Looking like 50 Cent.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I'm
got
like,
2 hours, man.
but I'm looking at everything. I'm like, 2 hours. It got to like 6:30. I'm like, bro, I gotta go home. But now these times now it started to open. They opened the gate. I was like, bro, there's no even point of me staying. So I went and I left. And I remember coming back on Monday. And you remember like, oh, it was a good party. You know, yeah, it was a good party. And I was like, damn. So I went. I came back from a party.
You're a good kid,
I didn't attend.
Wow.
You're a good kid.
I was that scared. Like I was
You're a
like,
good
bro.
kid.
I hear it though.
Yeah, bro, it was peak. But I think sixth form, I started to
Test the waters.
Yeah, I started to test the waters.
Yeah.
I was always pushing it.
Yeah, I kept pushing it little by
always
little.
pushing it.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you?
can imagine-
What does pushing
I
it
can
look like?
imagine
Though?
him
What
being
did you
that
do
kind
to
of
push
kid,
it?
though.
Bro. Like, bro, we were always out after school, bro.
That's true. Yeah, we're always out. Yeah,
Like, going to
Always out.
Bromford.
Yeah, we're always
Do
out.
what?
Yeah.
Like,
we had no
bro,
business,
the
bro.
streets.
We had no business in
literally,
Romford.
Like, when I look back and I think about it, it's either barking McDonald's for time,
Yeah,
linking up with other schools, like people from Eastbury and that,
Yeah, Warren.
whatever,
Yeah,
doing extracurriculars as well.
you get it?
Get it? And then, yeah, I just think over the years, it's just pushing it. But then I started to clock. When you get older, you start to clock like why they are the way they are.
100.
Yeah.
And then you start to wise up and just be more communicative. Like,
Yeah.
just, I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm coming back this time.
Yeah.
When you're younger, you just don't care. You just
Yeah, you just push it.
Yeah, no, it's true.
That's a key thing, you know, because I think that's when I clocked it that I just need to let these lot know
Yeah.
what I'm doing. That's actually
That
what
was the-
they.
that was the
bit-
that was it.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah.
I used to
I
like
think that's
lie
exactly
about
what it
where I
was
was
as well.
going,
Yeah,
That's exactly what
and
it
then
was.
like violate. But when I deep that,
When I
wait,
started
if I
telling
told
my
them
mum-
I'm going here,
Mm.
I'm probably gonna be back at this time.
This time, yeah.
And if they call me during the time and I pick up and I told them
I'm still
they
there.
actually can't.
Yeah.
That was when my freedom actually increased.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
'Cause when
yeah.
I clocked in
Started being
school,
more
and then
vocal.
Same.
I just started telling my mum,
I'm going
going
here.
here or whatever, and then it was less.
Let's push
of
it.
Less
a-
onto,
it
yeah.
was less like.
Did you lot
it
have
wasn't
that one friend you use his name and be like, I'm going to this one's house when you're not really like your parents just like that one friend? So it'd be like, I'm just going to I'm just going to his house. But you're actually going to
They have a friend like
you get it.
Nah, my dad thought all my friends were bad, fam.
Is it? I remember my parents
Bro.
thought Shegu was a bad
Bro, you listen, let me. I don't know if I've
he
told
looks
this-
like a bad boy.
No, my
I
parents
told you-
genuinely thought he was a bad person. They was like, why are you hanging around?
No, bro,
Like,
listen, I will tell you the story. I think I've said it before, bro. When
I
my
love
dad
it.
clocked him jumping the.
Oh, yes,
He
yes.
see him every morning jumping the barriers, that thing.
That
And
is
obviously, he knew that was one of my good
Yeah.
boys. Bro, once he seen that, he's like, no. The
Can't be
naughty
hanging
boys.
around.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wouldn't tell me I can't hang around, but at the same time, he'd just be a bit skeptical at the group
Yeah,
I'm
man
hanging
was
around with.
skeptical.
Shake.